Welcome back on the program. It's time to talk technology innovations in the country. Now, fintech in Africa is growing fast, but some experts say design must match with local realities. Fintech encompasses a wide range of innovations from mobile banking apps to digital wallets to blockchains, cryptocurrencies, peer-to-peer lending, and AI-empowered financial planning tools. Now, fintech is transforming how individuals and businesses save, invest, borrow, and manage money, making financial services faster, more inclusive, and more user-centric. Now, joining us for this conversation is a software engineer, Onyelola Abolarin. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Yeah, good morning.
A very good morning to you. Let me start with this assertion. Adapting fintech design for Africa use requires consideration local tastes, cultural influences, and market designs. No, so how can we use these designs to reflect our cultural heritage?
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning, everyone. I think first I need to explain what user experience is before I can talk about the adoption, right? So what user experience means is how a user feels when they use a fintech app. So it's like an example is you go to the bank, the traditional bank, and then you want to require their services. Say you want to maybe deposit your money or withdraw your money, and then the queue is long, or the staffs are rude to you and you leave confused, that is a poor user experience, you understand? So a good user experience would be, your app is clear, is simple and easy to use. So adopting that into fintech means that, users are able to, be able to send money as to their friends and family in Africa, making it very clear, simple, and transparent, and also providing security for users.
Okay, so what functionality and durability features are required in building a very successful fintech industry in Nigeria?
Okay, can you come again?
I said that what functionality and durability features are required in UX for it to be able to help us build a successful fintech industry in Nigeria and in Africa?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Features are very simple, right? I think in Africa, as we know, is the largest mobile money enterprise where we have M-Pesa, Momo, and the likes, right? The features range in different products, right? Features can be like you want to send money from Africa in Nigeria to Africa, and you don't have to go to the bank to actually say you want to send your money, right? All you need is to get a mobile phone, right? So features like we have the exchange rate platforms where you want to send your Naira to, for example, XAF or XO or XOF, right? So those simple features that you can equally be able to exchange your Naira into different currencies. Those are the simple features that the fintech apps they provide. I don't know if you understand that.
Well, all right, we got you clearly. Yeah. Very interesting there.
Yeah, I really understand. But I wanted to take you up on that because Nigeria and some countries in Africa, we still have some issues like electricity and stuff like that, and technology. And many of us still didn't even use things like desktop. We just switched to mobile apps. So I want to even ask that, how can fintechs support local African designers and artisans?
Oh, yes. I think the way we can support local designers are, I think, creating an awareness and platforms and community to actually educate people about this is one of the fastest way to actually go about this, right? So when we create a community for this and we create awareness about this, which is what will solve the problem. Yeah.
Absolutely. You're here to speak to some of the challenges we have in Africa and also in Nigeria. She's made mention of the issue of electricity. Sometimes we have a network challenge. So how can we adopt this, also considering some of the challenges we are battling with?
Yes. So issues like security, I think these are like the challenges we have in fintech, right? In the sense that some people still use low-end phones. We in Africa generally we don't use the latest phones. When the new iPhone come out or the latest Android phones comes out, you don't see users buying it, right? So where we can actually bridge this gap is as fintech companies, we actually build in line with what our users are expected to use, right? So making our apps lightweight, the example I gave is people still using low-end phones. So imagine someone who can only download like 2 apps on their phone. When they want to install your app and it is heavy and it is not lightweight, they will definitely not want to use your product or services, right? So where we can bridge this gap is tailoring our the products we build to actually focus on these users. So those are the ways we can actually bridge the gaps in this.
Absolutely.
And in terms of
you can continue with your line of thought.
Okay, so in terms of electricity, right, it's a general issue, right? So that is why we also have to focus on offline, you understand, offline methods to say that, users can actually get the apps readily available offline. Also, we need to also consider what is it called? Yeah, I forgotten. There's something I wanted to say, but I forgot it when I remember.
It's very interesting. Now, talk to us about this issue of cybersecurity. Talking about these fintech designs, what are those security tips that some people Nigerians and Africans need to know about before getting into using some of this technology?
Yes, this is a very big issue in Nigeria. Not even Nigeria, in Africa generally, and the world, right? Cybersecurity, like I think also for us to bridge this gap, also I talked about security earlier rather. We need to provide platforms where we educate our customers on how to secure their money, right? We on our end, we secure users' money because if we don't make them, trust our system to say that, oh, your money is safe with us, you understand, then we are failed, right? So we need to always create awareness in security to always make sure they don't expose their passwords, they don't expose their PIN, when they're out in the public, they need to be mindful of who is next to them. Also, they need to be careful of, people come on to you or people like send you fake messages and say, oh, so person needs your code or needs your password or needs your document. So these are like ways we need to educate them in the sense that, they don't provide their personal informations out there. Also, security tips like not using, we post online almost every day. Users post online. People want to post a building, their pets, and then posting your pets, and then you like say the name of your pets online and stuff like this. So these are ways that scammers can actually get to know more about you. And some people actually use their pets as their password. So imagine someone knows these few details about you. They can easily hack your system. So it's one thing for us to secure your platform. It's also another thing for you to also secure yourself based on awareness, educative tips that fintech platforms are going to send to users here.
Okay, so everything you just said just made me remember an experience that I had when I was robbed some months ago, and I lost access to all my bank apps, and I was so scared that my apps would be hacked. So in the case, and I know that other people also have gone through what I have gone through. If you find yourself in that situation, what should you do? And how do you go about blocking your apps, for example, without your phone number?
Yeah, okay, very good. I think the fastest way is to email your provider. So fintech's company, they have contact support system, good contact support system. Some don't even sleep safe. So some don't sleep. We work around the clock to make sure that our users feel secured when using the platforms, right? So the first thing is for you to reach out to, what's it called, your contact support agent, to let them know what is going on. So behind the scenes, they can equally, block your system. But before that, there will be like security questions that they will ask you to actually know if you are the right person trying to request to actually do this. Yeah.
The response time is my own.
So, like you mentioned,
Mr. Bolarinwa, just a moment. The response time is my own big issue here. Yeah. And that's why we see some people will tell you, let me just remain analog. I don't want to go digital with this issue of money, because you can. A lot of people die when their money is missing. So the response time from all the support system is key. Can you talk to us concerning the response time in blocking some of these things?
Especially at night, because my incident happened at night at 10, 11 p.m.
Yeah, so this is one of the things I'm trying to educate people about too, like about adopting a good user experience. Good user experience comes with good services, right? So it's one thing for you to make sure that your system is clear, it's simple. It's another thing also for a fintech company to actually adopt good services, right? Being on the clock for hours. Yeah, I mean, fintech companies that I've worked with, it's something that we adopt to make sure that users on the clock, when you have issue, they are reachable 247. You understand? So that is one of the things that will make a fintech company stand out amongst hundreds and thousands of fintech companies out there. So if you have a good system where users are able to reach you, you understand? So that is what makes you different from every other fintech company.
Maybe we'll bring you back again to tell us what makes you tick and ensure that you're different from others, because people don't want to part with their money at any time. What's the difference in ensuring that this is original, this is fake? Do not dabble into this. When you go into this, you forfeit your money. Just in 1 second, 30 seconds, if you can answer that.
Can you come again? What's the question?
The question is about identifying the kind of fintech technology you need to go into before, so that you will not part your money to some unscrupulous individuals.
Okay. Yeah. So things you should note for when you want to put your money into any fintech company is, first of all, making sure that they are transparent. You understand?
And
they actually communicate.
Transparent.
You need to know they are transparent. They need to be able to communicate the things that the goods and services that, or product services that they are providing to you. You need to understand them, and also do your research about them, because I think I was doing some research yesterday about a company, and they said they are providing a virtual wallet for Europe and UK or something. And then in the comment section, a lot of people were complaining, and saying if they find the owner, the person is going to regret or something. So before, putting your money into a system, do your due diligence to actually research about them, to make sure that, what they are saying they are going to do, they do. Also look for reviews from customers that have actually used these systems. That's like kind of put trust that, okay, so person has used this. Okay, let me try it. So those are the things we can actually note out for before using it.
It's a fine place to live it. Software engineer Onyilola Bolari. Many thanks for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. Well, Banker, talking about this issue of fintech and money, I
was just remembering civics. I was remembering civics.
And that's why, for me, I double check, recheck, keep checking before I put my money into anything.
Because I worked on this money, I cannot part with it just like that.
What you have worked for 30 days?
When I had the incident, I was very scared because I was like, okay, fine, the phones are gone. But what about the money in the account? Because that's what I'm going to use to buy a new phone. And like I said, it happened around 10 p.m. So I couldn't get access.
And that's why I raised the issue of response time.
Before they answered me, they answered me on either Twitter or Instagram, it took a very long time.
And that's why some of us would just say, let me just remain on the analog level and don't go digital. Well, interesting talk there. Well, after the break, we'll focus on childhood cancer and explore the vital role of a nation in supporting young warriors. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.